Hi, this is Cash Grab with another video about the Days Gone Challenges. And today I am going to be showing some speed runs on 3 of the bike challenges: Outride, Drifters Run and Hog Wild. And I've put these videos together in response to the fantastic speed runs put together by Grey Soul Z, who has beaten Boris's world record for gold for all 12 challenges. And also in response to Boris's fantastic all 12 gold, all sub-challenges runs. So I've decided I would go back and have a look at these challenges and see what potential strategies could be employed, which could potentially save some time. Now, I'm fundamentally looking today at what can be left out in terms of sub-challenges. So this would be much more useful for if you're just going for all 12 golds. Whether or not these particular strategies would work under the circumstances of a marathon speedrun, I'm not sure. I'm not going to be doing one of those until I've improved drastically on the 2 longer challenges, Dead Don't Ride and Survive, which neither of which I'm massively proficient at. But I thought there were some potential useful strategies here that even though I'm playing these with, rings maxed out, all golds, all that stuff, so I've got every advantage, could still potentially be quite useful. Certainly 1 or 2 of them. One of them in particular, when we get round to it, will be clear that it may not be useful at all in a marathon speedrun, but may also create the opportunity for some new individual challenge mode world records. I don't know if these are records or not. I haven't actually checked. Really, these are more about being proofs of concept. So anyway, let's get on with the action. We're going to look at Outride first, and then, like I said, some Drifters Run and some Hog Wild, and look at the different strategies I have employed. Okay, I hope you enjoy, and see you in a sec. Okay, first up is Outride. And I should have said really at the beginning, these are all being played on the original Days Gone rather than the remaster. So my approach to this one is relatively simple. So typically when you're going for a kind of gold score on Outride, you're thinking about all of the sub challenges. That is kind of, killing 15 freakers, getting sufficient drifts in, getting airtime in, and making sure you keep the sick line going for 120 seconds. Now, the reality is, if you are quick enough, you can ignore almost all of that. You don't have to shoot any freakers whatsoever. I don't think I do in this run. You don't need to drift at all. I think I do a couple of times here, just for, to keep my speed going, really, more than anything else. So all you really got to worry about is getting sufficient airtime, and I actually think you could probably do it without sufficient airtime if you're quick enough. I'm not quite quick enough on this one. It doesn't really matter because I do get the airtime in. So literally all I'm trying to do is be as quick as possible and to keep the speed, to keep the jumping going, which also helps because I'm using, I think it's called Engine, the one that helps with the kind of nitro boost. And I've got, I can't remember if it's Snake or the other one that protects the bike, but anyway, really the important one is Engine, and then just don't go for any too crazy jumps and you'll be absolutely fine. So you can just zip through the course. I am pretty sure that this can be done a fair bit quicker than what I do, but this is still plenty quick enough. And if you look at the kind of longer runs by Grey Soul and Boris, I think typically you'd want to be safe, so you're looking at keep that sick line going for the full 120 seconds. I don't do that. In fact, I don't get to gold on sick line, and like I said, I don't touch the other challenge, other sub challenges at all. I get through it. Sick line is at, I think, 112, 111, something like that. Yeah, it shows it here. 111 can be done quicker. So Lee B, Ian, Boris, EK, anyone else who plays Outride, have a go. See how quick we can get it. Okay, so the next one, this is Drifters Run. So again, I'm thinking about what can be excluded. So I think probably people who've been following Drifters Run recently will know where this is going. But my approach to this one, again, I'm thinking about what can be ignored. And actually it turns out almost everything. So again, airtime cannot be ignored. Drifting can be ignored almost completely. I only use it a little bit, again, just to keep my lines. This line here is not perfect. I really want to be the other side of that tree because it just keeps your momentum a little bit better. If you get a good line here, then you should be able to stay in the air and then bounce down and get some more airtime. I don't manage that. Again, I'm not sure this line is exactly perfect, but again, it's good enough. So I don't bother with the drifting. I don't really care about the getting over sufficient jumps. What do we call those? Yeah, these ramps. Yeah, I don't care about that. Don't need 14 for that. And then I think you can probably guess what's going to happen here. So, yeah, going for the hitman and sniper bonuses, because then so much else can be ignored. So, you know, as with the Outride run, it's not perfect. It can be done quicker. I think I could probably get this down to 151. I think Boris or Grey Soul or Ian or anyone else who's really, you know, proficient on the bike challenges could definitely save a few more seconds. Maybe even get it down to like 145 possibly, because you don't need all the other challenges. The only thing you need is the airtime and the speed. Obviously, I'm going for, you know, as quick as possible, although it doesn't matter in the context of points, because you don't get a specific point bonus based on, you know, a certain number of seconds that are left. It's just a flat 30,000 point bonus. But as you can see here, you know, not a perfect run, but, you know, decent and quick enough. And as long as you're at this kind of number, I think 37.5 would be the absolute minimum you can get away with. Perfect round, sniper, hitman, Bosch, there's your 80k points, 1 minute 57. Pretty quick. So again, if you were doing that as part of a marathon speedrun, wow, you would have to be extremely dedicated to the cause, because we all know that that is a brutal one to get, because it's very luck dependent. So I've left Hog Wild to last because I don't have that much to add, and I think this run is probably only a few seconds quicker than Grey Soul or Boris's runs on the same challenge. But basically my approach is I'm looking to fire as quickly as possible through these rings to try and keep the multiplier going and get some more points. But one of the things that I would point out is I try my best as much as possible to ignore the sub challenges and just do what I need to do. So the ones I'm interested in getting points from or getting gold in is the can't stop. So sorry, let me rephrase that. To the one that's to do with nitro. So, you know, keeping the nitro going as much as possible. I want airtime. I'm not bothered about killing freakers. It's irrelevant. And then I'm not actually that bothered about the one that's to do with having the engine, you know, not letting go of the accelerator at all, because actually you can get away with the silver as long as you're blasting through this quickly, and you know you've got sufficient points from jumps and from, you know, keeping the nitro going and getting through the rings quickly, not losing your multiplier. You don't need to worry about the freakers, and you actually don't need to get gold on the you know, hitting the accelerator the whole time. So the advantage of that being that you can actually try and improve on how you take certain corners, because actually if you want to brake, just brake, doesn't matter. You're not going to go below what the silver threshold is. So, you know, it just allows you to play it a bit more like you would any other kind of bike level where you're trying to keep up the speed. Again, the lines here are not perfect. You know, there are bits and pieces here which I feel I could do better. So there's probably, in comparison to maybe a standard 2-minute run, there's probably 5 or 6 seconds that possibly can be saved. So anyway, as usual, I've rambled on, but I hope some of that proves useful, and if not, at least entertaining. Okay, I've got some other ideas for some of these other challenges, which hopefully I'll share in the next few weeks. Okay, thanks for watching.